What's up, everybody? I'm Getty. Welcome back to Conan Exiles. Now, in the last couple episodes, we have been taking on that dungeon, and we finally beat it. We finally defeated the dungeon, and got all the recipes for a couple of different sets of armor and some weapons. Now, since then, I have ran the dungeon again to get some more scrap. We've got 52. Which is just enough to make the rusted set of armor. Which, from what I can tell, the rusted armor is what you need to make the Godbreaker Armor. See, it takes a rusted chest piece, blah 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 blah. So, each piece of the rusted armor takes 10 scrap metals. Which isn't easy to come by. You've got to run that dungeon. But you also need star metal. So, I went and collected some star metal. Now, there's an easy way to do it. I think I mentioned it last time we were up near the Mounds of the Dead, is you just go up there with a Wheel of Pain, and a dismantling bench. And anybody who has a star metal weapon, which is any metal that glows, weapon, shield, either one, you knock them out, put them in your Wheel of Pain, then lay the thrall out. Just place the thrall like usual. Take their weapons, and then disband or break the bond of the thrall. And to do that, I'm not going to get rid of him, but like if you hold this right here, break bond, you just hit that button, they disappear, they're gone. Then you take the weapon or shield, you put it in your dismantling bench, and you get 5 bars per weapon or shield, either one. So that's what I did. It's a lot easier that way than, getting, it's like to get the ore, you've got to wait on a meteor, and then you got to break the meteor down, which sometimes takes explosives if you don't have a weapon strong enough, which I don't think I do. And then you bring the ore back and it's 2 for 1. Like it takes ore. What else did it take? I did some. It took ore, black ice, and brimstone to make a bar. Whereas if you do it that way, you just get 5 bars per weapon, which is what I did. So much simpler. So much simpler. So my goal is to make this Godbreaker armor today. That's what I want to do. But to do this, I need a bunch of this perfected heavy padding, which takes hardened leather. Now, I've got 2. I had enough for 2. But we need 3 more. So, what you need is oil. Oil is hard to come by for me. See, oil here, 3. It takes, right here in your crafting bench, up where my head's at. You can't really see it very well. See if I can move my camera down a little bit. Whee! Alright, see? Right here at the top, hardened leather, layered fur, and layered silk. Hardened leather takes... I'll move my head back so you can see now. Recipe takes 5 regular leather, 2 thick leather, 2 alchemy base, and 5 oil. Yeah. Leather and alchemy base is easy for me to come by because the bearers, a lot of bearer 3s that I have knocked out have given me alchemical base. I've got what's over there. I've got some more somewhere. Maybe in this big vault somewhere. Maybe not. I may be close to the end of my alchemical base, or it's in another chest somewhere. You never know. I just kind of put stuff everywhere, as you can see. Yeah. But anyways, 428 is what we've got. It was a stack. We can always get more or make more. To make alchemical base, you come over here to your fire cauldron. Hopefully an improved one. And you do 2 silver dust, a gold dust, and some ichor. Now, I think I've explained it before, but you do that by putting gold in your grinder, but the best way to do that is to come over here to your casting bench and make a coin mold. You make your coin mold, takes 15 iron. At this point, you should have plenty of iron. You make it, and then you turn all your bars into coins. And then you turn the coin into powder, because you'll get a better yield from coins being ground down than from anything else. Plus, at this point, you've probably done some exploring and found a whole bunch of coins anyway. And other than buying stuff with them, which you can buy different, thralls and stuff with them later, you just kind of collect them. Like, see, I've got 354 silver, and I've got gold. I think I passed them. They're higher, because it's all in alphabetical, or 238, plus some powder, plus some bars. So yeah, I've got quite a bit of resources. But anyways, I need oil. Excuse me. Always heartburn. But the best way to do this, to get oil, is fishing. Fish baskets. You make fish baskets. I think I've explained this before, but you see all these All these here, all these compost bins. The thing about a compost bin is it doesn't just make compost, it makes grubs. As long as it has one piece of compost in it, it'll continue to make grubs in stacks of 50. But it'll only make one stack. That's it. Your compost bin makes one stack of 50. It doesn't even show it in your little crafting queue down there. It just does it passively over time up to 50. So I've got all of these and all of these back here collecting grubs, and that's what I'm going to use in my fish baskets. Mostly because the experiments I've done, I've gotten a better yield on the fish that are higher quality than low quality. And what I mean by that is you put them in a fluid press and then you squish them and you get oil. But as you can see, I've got a weird number, an odd number of fish, like savory fish. You have like 3 or 4 different kinds: unsavory, savory, exotic, blah blah blah. And I think the higher the tier, the less of the fish you need to make an oil. So you're going for exotic, and grubs seem to give me the best yield on exotic. I may be crazy, but that's just what I found through my experiments, and that's what I'm going with. Don't mind the potion in there. It's like I said, stuff is a little crazy. I've got stuff kind of mixed everywhere, but right now I am getting a whole bunch of grubs to take fishing with me. I've got a bunch of fish baskets, and if you've made your base around here, where I have found the best place to put the fish basket, the closest place to put a fish basket is right here. This general area. I think it's either here. What is this one? Or right here. I'll show you when I get there. It's the place that's got little shellbacks around it. Now you can make it south if you wanted to. Right. I think right in here maybe. You can't build inside Septa Maru, so you have to find a water source that is kind of outside of the city. So it might be like right here, because I go around the edge or around this edge. But I'll show you when I get there. Because like I said, I'm collecting grubs. And as soon as I get a whole bunch of grubs, that's where I was making, yeah. But as soon as I get a whole bunch of grubs, then I'll go fishing. But like I said, my goal is Godbreaker Armor. Now, I was going to put it on Delencia. We have Delencia here, but we have Tragedy. She got her first perk, and it's Expert Survivalist. Your follower has foregone strength training in favor of survival training. Not what I was expecting, not what I really wanted. So she's got a -3 to strength, but a +5 to survivability. It's not terrible. I mean, she's better resisting its poisons, which will be better in the jungle later. So she's not exactly a loss. So we're going to keep training her, keep pushing her to be stronger. But once she's got Godbreaker Armor, she's going to be really strong anyway. Especially because once I get the rusted stuff, I've got to upgrade it to the other stuff, which is going to take Dragon Powder, Alchemy Base, more armor scraps. Yeah. The Dragon Powder, if you need to make Dragon Powder, it's in the Fire Cauldron. And it's Demon Blood, Brimstone, Crystal, and 100 Stillfire makes 1. So, you need at least 100 Stillfire to make 1, and it takes, I think it's 1 powder per, yeah, 1 powder per piece. So, yeah. It's going to be an expensive set of armor. Now, if I wanted to chimp out, I could do this, the Arena Champion stuff. I've got all the stuff I need for it other than the Perfected Heavy Padding. Gotta say it slow or I'll stutter it. Perfected Leather Padding. If I had more of it, I could make more. But the problem is, like I said, I've only got enough scraps to make 1 set. I'll have to run that dungeon again. It means I gotta fight the Arena Champion again. I gotta fight the War Maker's Champion at the end. The guy that keeps growing. Gotta fight him. If you collect the rusted keys along the way, which you get in the chests, they have a spoil timer, by the way. I didn't realize this. That's why I didn't have them. Anyways, I found some after going back and rerunning the dungeon a couple of times to get enough iron scraps. But yeah, they have a spoil timer. It's an hour. So if you piddle-putt around inside the dungeon doing your exploring and not just go to the end, you might not have the keys when you get to the end, which is very annoying. I understand that. But it's part of the game for some reason. But each one of the side chamber doors has chests in it. They give you like 2 to 5-ish more armor. Like when I ran it, I ended up with like 33 or 30. I think it was 30 exactly, because I had 22 already. So an additional 10-ish armor scraps. It's worth it in the long run. I'm going to need, let's see, I'll have 2 left over, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I'll need 18 more pieces of scrap. Yeah. So maybe one more run of that dungeon will be just enough. That was for the chilled. I think there's no difference in chilled and unchilled as far as what I need. Just that the Godbreaker Armor gives you +3 to your cold survival. Or gives you +3 to, yeah, cold survival. And the other one gives you +3 to heat survival. So like, that's the way the bars work. It might be a little confusing. It seems like it's backwards, but you see the red hash marks or orange hash marks down there? See, chilled makes you better in the sun. The other one, regular Godbreaker, makes you better in the cold. So we'll be making regular Godbreaker Armor because we have to go north. And to go north, we need some good protection. Now, I would love to have my own, but it's going to take a lot of resources. Oh, get out of the way. We also have weapons. We got Godbreaker weapons, or Word Maker weapons, which come with the Black Heart Hammer and Black Heart Blade. So that one does 61 and 60 respectively, as far as their armor or attack does. So they would be nice, not gonna lie, but I think they're two-handed, which is not what I want. My legendary weapons already do close to 60 damage, so I don't really see the reason to go and make these. For one, they take composite obsidian. I don't have hardly any obsidian. As far as I know, the only place to get obsidian is inside the volcano, unless you pick it up off of random NPCs and chests and things. So, I'm on 37, 42, 50, 44, 48. Alright, they're getting there, they're getting there. All these back here already got their one stack. As you can see, 50. They don't make any more than 50 per composite bin. So make a bunch of bins. I would recommend, depending on how long you want to wait and what your raids are set at, maybe two composite heaps per fish trap. I think I've got 6 fish traps, 5 or 6. And don't worry about I think it's the crab one, the shellfish basket, I think it's called. You can't do anything as far as oil with that, but you can get food and you can cook it if you have a good stove. I need to improve my stove. Right now it's just got a bunch of spices and stuff in it because I made this. Ta-da! Preservation bin. Look, it seems like I've done a lot of stuff off camera, but this is just stuff that took time, most of collecting. It just takes black ice and I want to say hardened steel, 20 hardened steel, 2 insulated wood, and black ice. And then you put it in here. Once it's in here, black ice, I just have it in here storing. But as long as you have any ice in here, like if you take this out, you see how this stuff down here in the bottom left has a spoil timer now. 43 minutes 40, blah, blah, blah. Once you put the ice in there, it loses its spoil timer. And the ice doesn't have a spoil timer while it's in here either, as far as I can tell, because right now, no spoil timer. Put it over here, spoil timer. About 20 minutes a stack. So yeah, I put the stuff in there. Who knows, maybe it'll work. I've also been making spiced food. That way it'll help with, staying warm up north later, which is great. I'm also gonna keep putrid meat a little bit, at least a couple stacks, because that's what you need to make fertilizer. But I get bored and distracted. I'm sorry if I ramble on because there's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I hate waiting because I'm kind of standing in one spot. It's very frustrating. Kenny is max level now, and I've got an undead hyena. You make it over here. Remember, we got it from the summoner's pit or whatever. The ability to make these undead things. Finally got a demonic hyena head, an undead hyena head. I got a demonic shellback head in here, right here. And I went ahead and did the hyena just so I could learn how to do it before I brought everybody back. But you take, I think it's 10 of these corrupted bones, which you make in the alchemical thing. You put them in here with the head of what you're going to make, so it takes demonic, and then you craft. And you see how slow this is. Right, we'll sit here and watch it for a second. Look at that. See how that bar is just not moving. Not moving at all. Very, very slow. And I have boosted crafting speed a little bit. I thought it was broken. It's not. It just takes that long. See there? Got one tick. It's very hard to see. One tick. It's going to take a long time. That's why I went ahead and figured out the hyena one, because I thought it was broke and busted and couldn't figure it out. Very frustrating. Sorry this all seems like a bit of a dump of information, but I'm excited. Guinea Man is, max leveled now. 10,302 health. So he is very good. Very, very good. Very strong. but we need to level Delencia. Now, I got lucky. I got another Aegis Bane from a chest, so that's the weapon she needs to give her plus strength. So it kind of balances out a little bit, because she gets a plus to strength. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not particularly fond of that perk, but we'll get on with it. I might be rambling a little bit, but I'm waiting. I think we're just going to take what we have and let it all start from scratch. I need all of these bugs. I hope I don't get over encumbered by bugs. We don't really have to take anybody with us to go fishing. It's not necessarily a contact sport in the world of Conan. I tried to make a gap so I can walk between them, but thanks to being close to this hill, the ground's unlevel to the point where I can't really build close to it. It's very frustrating. These, I'll take out one grub, why not? And then we'll come over here and grab all of these grubs. We're already like half encumbered by grubs. You can find grubs like improved grubs like succulent grub or whatever. You can find them on the ground. Not exactly sure what the spawn rate is on there. It might be random, and I don't exactly know if you can get better fish with them because I haven't tried, but that could be worth an experiment later, but not right now. I'm also curious if you put them in your compost heap if it'll make more of those particular kinds of grubs, because then you could just move one grub to the next compost heap and do it that way. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it's all experiments. There's things that I don't know, and I'm perfectly fine learning as I go. And I think I took the wrong up here. I might run out of stamina. I'm in heavy armor, epic heavy armor, without climbing gear, because who takes climbing gear? Oh man, if I come over here we can stand on this ledge. Woo! Yeah, we got it. Whew. Climbing is a nice mechanic, but it takes so much stamina when you're heavy. There's an easier route around the other side, but it takes longer. And if you made your base, or I made my base, or in this general vicinity, then you can, use the area that I chose for my stuff. Remember that commercial with, I think it was Six Flags? With the old guy dancing? The song's been stuck in my head today. Don't know why. Just a weird Sunday, I guess. Probably because it's raining outside. It always makes things weird. But yeah, you just come straight this way. Down the hill here. Past the rocks. There's shellbacks down here. This is also where I found a lot of aloe, as you can see. See 3 aloe plants just from here. 4. 1 in the distance. Didn't know that was here. Right here. That's where I made all my fish baskets. So what I'm going to do, put 2 stacks in each one. You can use regular bugs, but what I can tell is regular bugs give you unappetizing fish, which is not bad by any means. Go ahead and just put that in there, and I'll put another stack in there. Why not? And as you see, it takes a while down at the bottom, and it says savory fish in your crafting section, but it's not necessarily mean that you're just going to get savory fish. See, I got an exquisite fish. That reminds me, I might want to take 1 stack out. I want to leave 3 just in case I get one of the other fishes. Like that, unappetizing. Because there's a chance you'll get those. Well, I think 2 stacks seems to be a good base. What? Oh. It seems like a good starting spot. Shellback, you're not worth my time anymore. Sorry, buddy. You just ain't that guy. You're not that guy. So I could use this to get, I've got a basket down here for crustaceans. Shellfish basket. Bugs plus time equals crab. But what I found, they just give you food. And I don't care to have a bunch of cooked food around, obviously. I like being without, But, who knows? I'm going to wait here for all of these to fill up with fish. And then I'll take you back home with me. Or I'll probably skip ahead until I get home. That way you don't have to watch me crawl back, being encumbered and all. And then we'll make some oil and make some leather, and hope we'll have enough hardened to make the rusted set. And so I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright everybody, I have made it back. Just in time. This is what we got. We got a little over 100 exotic, a little over 350 savory, and almost 200 of the unappetizing. So you can do with that information as you will. Now, as far as how many fish it takes per oil, we'll find out. We put 50 in, we get 10 oil. So, not great odds on savory fish. So we'll let that go. We'll put in a stack of unappetizing, see how many that gives us. Because I think it'll take us a little more. I think it's 5 or something, I don't know. That's about 5 on savory fish, yeah. These fish, a stack gives you 5, so it's double. So it's like 10 of those per. Alright, and now on the exotic, it's 1-to-1. So yeah, you kind of cut it in half each time. So yeah, that's nice. Now, if you really want to maximize your production and minimize loss, because these ones spoil in about 20 minutes, what you could do is you make multiple fluid presses. That way you minimize how many fish you lose. I'm not going to do that. I don't really see a point in it for me at my rates, but you do you. However you got your stuff set up, if it's taking a little longer, you want to speed it up, do what you want. Now, while we were gone, see, these have been producing grubs again. So they're almost full. They're at 39-ish, 38-ish, so about 40. So yeah, if you got this many with this kind of setup, you can actually use double the amount of fish baskets. You can do that. So then you can put a stack in each one. So like you can do a 1-to-1. So like each component or composite heap has 1 fish basket to it. You can do that if you wanted to. You can, more fluid presses means faster fluid press of the fish when you get back. You can move this whole setup to the water. You can do that. That way, whenever your baskets are full, you just put it in and you press and you just keep going. Because as you're using up the grubs to get the fish, you're actually making more grubs. So you can do that. And a composite heap only takes 20 shaped wood. And at this point in the game, it shouldn't be next to nothing to get shaped wood. Like I've got wood that I don't use, mostly because I don't have a base. It's just a platform. But it takes like... It takes 7 wood to make 1 shaped wood. Plenty of easy stuff. It's like Easyville around here. While we were gone, I'm hoping that our demonic shellback got finished. Nope, he's 3/4 of the way. See, it takes a long time. I was probably doing that for, I don't know, half hour-ish. Getting fishes around about half hour-ish. It's not that big a deal. Now, once you get your oil, it's going to take 5 oil per 1 hardened leather. It takes 21 hardened leather per 1 perfected heavy leather. So yeah, these numbers get a bit ridiculous. So, at the end of the day, you want to get as many exotic fish as you can. Because any other fish is a waste of a grub. Think about it. 1 grub for 1 exotic fish for 1 oil. That's pretty good. You come down to these unappetizing. 1 grub for 1 fish when it takes 10 of those fish. Not good odds. But we take everything we can get. Because why not? Ain't no sense in letting it go to waste, because once you make it into oil, it doesn't have any spoil timer. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't think there's an improved fluid press or any way to increase the yield. So there's that. Other than that, you're going to be left with a couple of fish. They will probably spoil, or what we're going to do is, while that's still making, we're going to cook the fish. If I have some kind of fish recipe. Do I have a fishy recipe? I don't think I have like an actual fish recipe. Even though the guy that I got in here is the lone fisherman. Does he have any fishy stuff? Savory flesh, exquisite meat, pork chops, a bunch of shell stuff. I don't have any shell flowers. Don't even know where to get shell flowers right now. So no. It's kind of weird that the fish guy, bread, dried fish. Oh, he takes dried fish. Mystery soup. Nope. A fat grub. I don't want grub, feral flesh. Yeah, no. He doesn't really give us any recipes. So what we do is we take it to a regular campfire here, or a large one that we have. We'll drop these bad boys in there and cook them up real quick like. I said I cook them. They're there. They're just showing. They're not showing what they are. Oh, there they go. There we go. So now we have some cooked fish. I'm just going to put them in the preservation bin. to save them for when I need food later, because I am bound to run out eventually. Now, you can use grubs, or not grubs, insects, these handfuls of insects. That's the reason I got them in here, because you can actually use them in fish traps, but you get a lot more low-leveled fish. So they can stack higher, stack of 100. But think about it, if it takes you 5 insects to get maybe 1 good exotic fish, then you're actually coming out worse than you would be if you were using grubs. So, grubs, do it this way, let it be passive, because with the insects, you gotta go handpick them or use a sickle, and that takes a while in itself. So just do it this way, I promise, it's faster. We're probably gonna have enough oil to make what we need. Probably. We're gonna have quite a bit. A little over 200, right around 200. 204-ish, something like that. So, that's gonna be a pretty good bit. It didn't take too long. In the grand scheme of things, it's not terrible. What else? I was gonna say something. It's gonna drop another little hint of wisdom on you, but I done lost it. So, we're gonna have to wait for that one to come back. I might move my composite heaps from the back. From the back of the building up front here. Just have like this big little farm right here for grubs. That way I don't have to walk back here, because I'll forget they're back here. On top of the bone meal and stuff I can use to make more. And if I ever get around to figuring out a better way to do seeds, I'll let you know. Because right now, my aloe plant's got 67 seeds. And you think about it, each seed gives me like 10 leaves. 10 leaves. I get more than 10 leaves when I sickle a bush, which is weird. It makes me wonder, can I sickle this bush? Probably not. No, you can't sickle the bush. So, yeah, this seems like a waste of time to me. The planters and seeds and stuff. If you absolutely have to have aloe, by all means, do what you have to do. Make you a bunch of planters, get you a bunch of seeds, and just do it that way. But hey, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. But for me, it's easier just to go find and just make a run and collect all the little aloe plants along the way. It just seems like that's the better outcome for me, better yield. Alright, 205. I was short. I was short by 1. My math was just a little bit off. 205 oil, though. We'll drop that oil with this extra oil in here. And then we're going to make hardened leather. 41. We can make 41 hardened leather. That's not terrible. That's 1. 2. That's enough for 2 heavy. I'm probably going to run out of something, maybe. Something aside from oil. Because I think it's 5 oil apiece, 17. Yeah, it's not oil that's going to hold it back. Looks like it's going to be leather. Regular leather. Or not. Maybe it's going to come out right. Yeah. So we got 41 hardened leather off of that one trip. And you take your hardened leather to your armor bench, an improved one. I'm using the garrison one because it says the garrison takes less resources. I don't know if that's true. But it looks like we're going to be 1 heavy perfected leather short. I'm going to make 2. What am I short of now? Yeah. So we'll need a little bit more perfected leather. I've got 2. I'm going to need about 18 more. Got a sandstorm coming. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I got a sandstorm mask. Excuse me. I was reminded why I don't have a sandstorm mask. And the reason I don't have my sandstorm mask is because at some point I put it in the dismantling bench. Yeah, tell me about it. You would think I'd have realized that. I made 2. But honestly, I don't know where I put them. Up there it is. So, there. I equipped it. For some reason it says I've got my regular helmet on. But we're not losing health, so yeah. So yeah, I made some more. I made 2 because I've been doing a couple things with a friend on here. Just to make it a little easier. Like, since I don't go through dungeons with anybody, I do it all solo to start with. But then I backtrack with a friend and he's playing along with me. There it goes. And that just helps me get the stuff I need, helps him learn some things that he doesn't know, get some tips and stuff along the way, and we have a good time together. We might record together, who knows, at some point. but not right now. So, yeah, I need a little bit more ore. Great. What I'm gonna do is, let's see, we can make the rusted sets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we just need one more for the shoes. And these have already got really good armor. Crafted from scraps of metal and leather torn from the champion of the War Maker, this armor still retains some of its potential. It could be further improved given enough time and magical infusion. It withstands an enormous amount of punishment. The magical energies that surge through the chest piece grant even further armor, so it gives bonus armor. This one gives you grit. This one gives you agility, and the hands give you strength. So each one gives you bonuses into a stat. So that's cool. Boots, we can't look at them yet. But I have enough to make just the boots. That's going to leave me with 2 scraps, which is annoying. But hey, we'll have the rusted part to the Godbreaker set. So what I'm going to do is... Oh, sandstorm's gone. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take some grubs, and I'm going to go fish again. And then I guess I will bring you back whenever I get back to finish out the set. At least the rusted part of the set. I would like to be able to get the unrusted part, the full set of Godbreaker Armor, but that's not going to happen in this video, mostly because I've got to run the dungeon again to get more scraps. So yeah, we're going to be just a hair shy. That's alright. I don't mind. As long as people like to watch it, I'll keep doing it. And I'll probably keep doing it when people don't watch, just because it's fun. Just grab up the rest of these grubs. Boom. This is more grubs than we took last time. This is, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 stacks of 50. It's a lot. But I will bring you back when I get back with some more fish and turn it into leather. Alrighty. Whew. I'm back making the fish and the leather. Should be the last pad here. And now we should get the rusted feet. I think that's all we need. Ooh, rusty boots. Boom. Naturally gotta look, see what it looks like. You know, got to see what it looks like on us. I put it on. For some reason, it takes it a second to switch my armor over. Not exactly sure why that is. There it goes. Look like a guy. I look like a guy from. Guy look like Sims character there for a second. So this is the rusted set. It don't look great right now. Gives me 937 armor. Gives me +2 strength, +1 agility, +1 grit, and +1 encumbrance. So +1 to all those stats. It's not terrible. It's heavy armor. Yeah, this is the rusted set. Now we need to make it into the other superset. So we're not going to equip it to anybody. Does it matter if it's damaged, I wonder? I mean, it's got a lot of weight to it. So we'll put it up. We'll put it up. We need to make this into the Godbreaker set now. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need scraps. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, so we need 18 scraps and 5 dragon powder. Now, to make the dragon powder, I need crystal and steel fire. Boy, a lot of steel fire. So, oops. I pulled up my map for a second. It's being a little laggy at the moment. But that's fine. We get over it. Put this in here. Put this in here. Make this into steel fire. So yeah, now we have the rusted set. that's kind of what I wanted to do today to make that set. Now it's just resource gathering to get the stuff for the rest of it, you know, crystal and such. What I need to do, oh yeah, our shellback might be done. It is done. Undead Kappa. So now Undead Kappa. No, don't do water. Undead Kappa. I'm gonna set him over here. All of them in the way. I don't even know if they eat anything. In there. Boom. Undead Kappa. Got 679. Looks like he eats regular stuff. But except for he can eat putrid meat. Withered Heart of Hero, Brimstone. He eats a lot of weird stuff. 68 armor. 679 health. They're not exactly great. I'm going to put him over there with him. So you'll move and guard with this guy. The only one I think that's actually worth it is the Monstrosity, which is a Serpent Man head, I think. Skeletal Serpent Man head. Yeah, so you have to have the head of a skeletal serpent. To get the head, you need a hatchet. I've got a pickaxe. Doesn't really get it for you. It gets too much of the other stuff, so you'll actually need a hatchet to harvest them with to have a good chance of getting that. Now, I just have to run that dungeon again to get some more scraps, on top of getting tar for Stillfire, and there's some Stillfire there, and crystal, which is something I don't have much of. I don't have a lot of crystal, mostly because I turned into salt. So yeah, that was probably not my best idea at the time. Do we have any crystal in here? Looks like a no. Looks like a nope. Yeah, we do. We got 182. So that's not terrible. That's enough for a little bit. Oh, I didn't need it in there. Wrong spot, wrong spot. Give me this and this. Come on, quit climbing. Get down. Thank you. Put you in here and here. And I have enough for one, because I'll need more Stillfire. So yeah. So there's that. Hopefully, I'm going to go and do that dungeon, just again, to get more scraps. So I will probably end the episode here. I know it's not the most exciting one for this one, but we got the Godbreaker Armor. Some of it anyways. And that's what I wanted to do. I want the improved version, because I just got the rusted right now. But like I said, I need resources, and I don't want to resource gather on camera. It takes too long, the hours, you know. Getting this, I need 4 more of them. So I'll need more Stillfire, which isn't bad. I got plenty of resources, and it just takes hide and time. So we'll do that. I'll go collect hide. I'll bring Kenny with me. We'll go run the dungeon and knock out or kill the arena champion some more to get more scraps, because we'll need 18 more at least. And that's only if I want to make the one set of armor, the warm one. If I also wanted to make the chilled set, I would have to make the rusted set again. Yeah. I'd have to make all the rusted set again, just to make the chilled one. I'm not too worried about the chilled one. You could probably need it if you go to the volcano, because I think it's hot there. But we'll go regular Godbreaker Armor. It'll keep us warm, but it doesn't really make us hot. So that's what we'll do. We'll get the Godbreaker stuff. I might actually make the arena champion stuff as a backup, because the chest piece on that's 280. Chest piece on the Godbreaker Armor is 350. It's a lot more armor, so my Thrall will probably run Godbreaker, and I'll probably run Arena Champion Armor, just because it's easier to come by. So, anywho, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you learned something. Bare minimum, you know, at least if you're following along, you'll know how to make an oil farm now, because even now, my compost heaps are full of grubs again. So even now, I can just grab it and go run, get some more oil. You can, if you've collected the oil along the way and not thrown it away or used it for other things, you might have enough. But you can never have too much oil, because you can use it for anything that needs fuel too. So yeah, instead of using coal, you can use oil. But like I said, I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I hope to see everybody in the next one.